Hi everyone. In continuation with the Laplace transform, we have reached to the point of where we are starting from the applications of Laplace transforms. Now, applications of Laplace transform as in we have to make use of the properties and whatever we have learned until now, we have to apply it and we have to find out the integrals using the Laplace transform. So here in this, by the end of the session, you'll be able to evaluate the integrals using the Laplace transform. Now let us go for a few examples. It's integration 0 to infinity. Now see the difference between the question. Question is evaluate integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus 2t sine cube of t dt. Understand the difference. Until now we used to I used to give you the question like find the Laplace transform of evaluate using the Laplace transform. So now in this particular questions, if you observe here, it's given to you as evaluate integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus 2t sine cube of t dt. Now here, that means what? I have to go for 0 to infinity e to the power minus st sine cube of t dt. If you'll observe this 2 here, what is the difference here? So this is given to me evaluate, and this is what is the Laplace transform of sine cube of t. Sine cube of t. What is the difference here? If you'll observe this s here, that is the only difference. We have got it here. If whenever we are writing Laplace of sine cube of t, we have to use it e to the power minus st, and where we have got it this question as, there it is given to you as 2. So it's quite obvious that you have to find out the Laplace transform of sine cube of t, and at the end, whenever I'm getting the Laplace transform in terms of s, I have to just replace that s with 2. Very simple. Very simple. You have to understand what it is given to you, right? So I'm going for sine cube of t first. That is the Laplace of sine cube of t. The formula, it's a trigonometric formula. It's 3 sine t minus sine 3t by 4. You can just check this out, this trigonometry formula. I'm not spending time to explain you this trigonometric formula. Then this is just a Laplace of this. So here I'll be using the linearity property of the Laplace transform. So 3 by 4 is a constant outside. L is going with sine t. Laplace of sine t is 1 upon s square plus 1 minus 1 upon 4 into 3 upon s square plus 9 and so on. And therefore, I have got this just by the simplification, cross multiplication, simplification. I'll be getting this answer as 6 upon s square plus 1 into s square plus 9. Now, at this stage, this is what is the Laplace transform of sine cube of t. Right now, at this point, I want to find out the evaluate. That means what? I want to find out the value is equals to some constant. It would not be coming out with some variable into it. So this is what I want. The evaluation of this value or this integral is equals to some constant that is free from t and s both. Free from t and s both, right? Now until now we have seen that find the Laplace transform of the function. At that time our answer is coming out to be in terms of s, because we are moving from time domain to the frequency domain, right? Time domain to the frequency domain. Now here what we have to do, we have to find out is equals to constant, because my question is evaluate, right? Now I'm putting s is equals to 2 in this here everywhere. So after putting this, now if you'll observe, we have started here from Laplace of sine cube of t, that is integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus cube of t. Now what I'm doing, I'm just putting my s is equal in this, right, at this place and at this place. Please understand that purposely I'm making this notations and making this the pointer over here so that you will understand. I'm just putting my s is equals to 2 in both this equation. So where am I getting? S is replaced by here as 2. So I've got this here, and this is nothing but 6 upon 4 plus 1, 4 plus 3, which is equals to 6 upon 65, which is very, very important to note down the step here. What is the step? My important step is here. I'm putting s is equals to 2 in both the ways, here as well as here. I'm getting the answer as 6 by 65. So if you'll observe, this is nothing but a constant which is free from t and s both. Okay. Now show that this is e to the power minus square root of 2t sine hyperbolic t upon t dt is equals to pi by 8. Now this is also another type of question. In the previous question it was evaluate. The present question it is show that. We have to show that this value of this is equals to pi by 8. Now again the same thing what I have done it is last. e to the power minus st, 0 to infinity e to the power minus st, and this function, which is nothing but the Laplace of sine t, sine hyperbolic t by t. Now here we are, what are we using? We are using the first shifting theorem. We are using the effect of division by t. So both the things are connected. We have to have the understanding of each and every characteristic, each and every property of the Laplace transform very well. Okay. So this is Laplace of sine of t by t, which is integration from s to infinity L sine of t dt, which is ds is equals to integration from s to infinity 1 upon s square plus 1 ds, and which is nothing but tan inverse of s. Why it's not coming out 1 by a tan inverse of s by a? Because in this case is my a is equals to 1 and it is 1 by 1. I have explained you in the previous section where I have explained you the effect of division by t. I have taken this type of question where I have explained you the tan inverse of x by a formula, right? And now it is pi by 2 minus tan inverse of s. After putting the upper limit and the lower limit here, after putting the upper limit, lower limit, I've got this answer, right? Now it's integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus st sine hyperbolic t by t dt, which is equals to 1 by 2 times Laplace of e to the power t sine t by t. Now we have got this value of sine t by t. If you observe the Laplace of this, and just we have to apply here the first shifting theorem. If this is e to the power t and this is e to the power minus t, and the rest of the things is here. So it's pi by 2 minus tan inverse of s minus 1 minus pi by 2 plus tan inverse of s plus 1 here. So if you observe, it's plus t here, it's s minus 1. It's minus t here, it's s plus 1 here. Okay, this is what is the difference. Pi by 2 will go off from here and I'll get the answer here. It's 1 by 2 tan inverse of s plus 1 minus tan inverse of s minus 1. Now here at this place, I will put s is equals to square root of 2. So where will I put that? I will put this s is equals to square root of 2 here in this and here in this, right? Now, therefore, after putting this s is equals to square root of 2 here in this, it is e to the power integration 0 to infinity e to the power minus square root of 2 t sine hyperbolic t by t dt, which is equals to 1 by 2 tan inverse of square root of 2 plus 1 minus tan inverse of square root of 2 minus 1. And then just by simplification, cross multiplication, the property is tan inverse of a minus tan inverse of b. This is tan inverse of a minus b upon a minus a plus a into b, right? So this is what is the formula here, and therefore it's a half tan inverse of 2 upon this, which is equals to 1. So tan inverse of 1 is giving me pi by 4. Along with this half, I will get my answer as pi by 8, which is very, very important question. Note it down. This is very important question as per the understanding and as per the point of view of your examinations as well. Similarly, this is the another type of question where we have to find out the alpha, where we have got this answer. If this is equals to this, that means LHS equals to RHS, and we need to find out this alpha. This is a third type of application, or you can say the third type of question where you will face the application of Laplace transforms. Okay, so this is again, so 0 to infinity integration e to the power minus st sine t plus alpha cos t minus alpha dt, which is equals to 1 by 2 0 to infinity to the power minus st. What is the difference? Sine a into sine a into cos b is equals to sine 2t, right? Sine 2t plus sine 2 alpha, that is just a plus b, a minus b, the formula. Here it's 1 by 2 times. So I'm not spending the time. It's when aware of everybody. It's it's a very quite obvious formula. It's the expansion of sine a plus b into cos, sine a into cos b formula. It's 1 by 2 sine 2t plus sine 2 alpha. Now 1 by 2 Laplace of sine 2t plus sine 2 alpha. What will happen here? This is 1 by 2 times 2 upon s square plus 1, which is I'm finding, this is nothing but the Laplace transform of sine 2t. And what will happen here? Sine of 2 alpha. Now sine 2 alpha is a constant with respect to t, and therefore it will come out of the Laplace sign and you will have Laplace of 1, and we know that Laplace of 1 is 1 by s, and that's why it has come here. Sine 2 alpha is a constant and therefore it has come out of, and this Laplace of 1 is nothing but 1 by s, and we have got this as step. Now at this place I'll be putting s is equals to 2. Where will I put this s is equals to 2? I'll put my s is equals to 2 here in this and here in this. Fine. Then I'll put that. This is, I've got this step here, 0 to infinity e to the power minus 2t sine t plus alpha cos t minus alpha dt, and then again from the this side. So here also I'm putting s is equals to 2. So it's 1 by 2, and everywhere it's every s is getting replaced as 2. So it's 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 times sine 2 alpha, and therefore it is coming out to be, but what is given to me? This is given to me as 0 to infinity e to the power minus 2t sine this bracket cos this bracket dt is given to me as 3 by 4. So what will I do? I'll equate both the sides. So it's nothing but this 1 by 8 plus 1 by 4 times sine 2 alpha is equals to 3 by 8. And from where I will be getting my alpha as equals to 1 pi by 4. So if you'll observe the steps, they are very quite obvious. It's like 1 by 4 sine 2 alpha is equals to 1 by 4, because this 1 by 8 will go to the other side. It will make this 3 by 8 minus 1 by 8 as 1 by 4. And this sine 2 alpha is equals to 1. 2 alpha is pi by 2, because it's a sine inverse of 1 will give me pi by 2, and therefore alpha is equals to pi by 4, which is the answer for this particular question. So we have seen here three different types of question. One is evaluate, another one is find, and second one is if it's this, then the find, right? So this is what we have got it. Yes, this is my most favorite, and it's your must be. It's a self-observation and self-assessment slide where I've given you those combinations, and you have to find out. The answers are also given. You have to check whether you're getting the same answer what I have given you here in this slide. I hope you have understood the Laplace transform, and starting from first to the 10th lecture, this is my 10th session on the Laplace transform, which is an application of the Laplace transform. Stay tuned and keep solving and keep exploring the Laplace transform. Thank you. Happy learning.